Okay, Bruce Celery is here. We are taking some questions in from our viewers, okay?
I love questions.
Yeah, so this is Amanda. She sent us an email. I have a credit line debt that I haven't told my partner about. I want to talk to him about it, but I don't know how to start.
It is really common. Keeping secrets about money is really, really common. And it's not optimal in a relationship. I mean, keeping secrets about most things, not optimal in a relationship. So she asks how you start. Here's how you start. I was watching Cityline.
Right.
And Tracy and Bruce were having this conversation. It all has to start with Cityline.
Yes, it does.
But basically then you like let it hang out there and say, I have something that I need to tell you that I'm not proud of, but I've been keeping this secret. So then you just lay it out there. It will not feel good. It will not be comfortable. There will be no time in which this is going to be an ideal time to have the conversation.
Right.
Just get it out there and then give your partner time. Because the initial reaction could be like, whatever, babe, I totally knew you were doing it anyway. Could be that. Like, what do you think? What do you think I'm doing? Or it could be anger, or it could be they could just freeze up. Who knows? Don't be defensive. Okay. So apologize. Just apologize. It's a magical thing. I'm so sorry. Because what we tend to do is we tend to do the immediate justification. So apology justification.
Right.
Apology justification.
Like you did that thing.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly. No. Apologize.
This is about your
full stop.
thing.
We're done. And then the last step is to see how you can make it right. Okay. So is it about, listen, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these extra shifts on. I'm going to do these things to manage my spending so I can handle this alone.
Right.
Or are we going to do it together? So kind of problem solve it together, but just get the secret out there. It's not going to be fun.
Yeah.
But just Cityline told you to do it.
I think it's nice to come out, Cityline did tell you to do it, and I think it's nice to come out with an apology and a proposed solution. Yeah. I think it makes people think like, okay, you have put the effort into thinking about this, you're not just throwing it all out there and saying, I'm helpless.
It's on you now.
Right, so that's a smart idea. This is TK from Facebook. We are looking to buy our first home, but we're worried about the market crashing. What are your thoughts?
I've been worried about the market crashing for 5 years.
Right.
For years. And I just bought a house a year and a half ago.
Yes.
So here's because we rented, here's the thing. You need to think about your home as lifestyle versus an investment. Okay. And why that matters is if you're going to live in this house for 10 or 20 years, the market crash affects you somewhat less. If you are thinking this is an investment, you just saw your investment on paper plummet, right? So this question also needs to be answered in the context of the market that you live in. So if you live in a major urban center, that's a higher risk than if you live in a smaller town, because smaller towns, unless they're quite close to a major center, haven't seen the price appreciation. The other thing to think about is what are the consequences if it does crash? So if you just put 5% down and you work in a risky industry, if the housing market crashes and you need to sell, you could be seriously hooped. If you put down 30%, you and your spouse both have jobs, like you're both teachers, for example, where you've got a contractual relationship where you're going to have a job, or there's a high probability that you will, the risks are different. The last question I'd be sure you factor in here is around interest rates. Because one of the risks is that the housing market will crash, but the other risk that home buyers need to think about over that 25-year amortization is what happens when, and this is a when, not an if, what happens when rates rise? Is it in 5 years? I don't know. Is it 10? I don't know. But if you're paying your house off over 25 years and rates go from somewhere below 3% today to 6%, which is the historical norm, what happens to your monthly cash flow? Can you withstand that?
Yes. I want another 10 years before they rise.
Yes.
Can you guarantee that?
No, I can't guarantee you anything. I got no guarantees, my people.
Talk to your people.
Hi. Hello?
Can you keep
They're
them
not
the same,
listening
please?
to me.
Historical lows.
Yeah, don't.
Listen, thank